of the matter with that question, brother. It's the love, man, that's going to supercharge the mega powers and tear down the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Yes, man. What were your thoughts then?
Oh, yeah, Mean Gene, I can still feel the pain when that cold steel bit into Miss Elizabeth's wrist right there. And when her muscles were torn, my muscles were torn. When her bone was bruised right there, I felt the pain. Hulk Hogan felt the pain, and I can still feel the pain right now. And Hulk Hogan, that pain won't stop until the Twin Towers come crumbling down. Oh, yeah, right now tonight on prime time.
Peace. Yeah, it's always some strange happenings going on. And today, the strange happenings happened to be that they blew up the Georgia Guidestones. Let me check my audio. Y'all let me know if the audio messes up at any point. Okay, good. Yeah, we Gucci. Yeah, I'm just here real short, right quick. Touch on these Georgia Guidestones. I don't know if people know how significant they are. You know, they're considered the Stonehenge of America because of, you know, the way they're created. But they have what we would call prophecy. Even though it definitely came from humans, you know, that might be living now. But the whole point is they meant everything they wrote. It wasn't just talking, is what I'm saying. And now we see these things come to life. So I'm gonna just hurry up and touch on this before I go to this other little book, and then I'm out of here. Let me see. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones. Just to get you familiar with the basics, right? Georgia Guidestones, 10 weirdest things you've got to know. And yeah, y'all smash that like button for me. Like, share, subscribe. I got my brother Will I Am in the building. Boy, it's been a while. What's going on, brother? Hey, but Georgia Guidestones, 10 weird things you've got to know. Let me be frank. First, the Georgia Guidestones are a roadside attraction, not a destination in and of themselves. Since they are a far drive from Atlanta, I'd recommend stopping to see this American Stonehenge on your way to Watson Mill Bridge State Park. Both are wonderful and not too far from each other. But once you are out there, that way you must make Georgia Guidestones a priority. Since it was erected, the Georgia Guidestones have been the center of several stories from conspiracy theorists. What do you think? Like we said, it was written in at least 10 different languages and 3 ancient languages. And it had the same message in every language. Warnings of apocalypse, right? Typically called a cross between Stonehenge and a Rosetta Stone. No one knows the exact purpose of the granite monument. They are a little freaky and a lot weird, but there is no denying their artistic prowess. Here are 10 interesting facts that showcase their strangeness. Yeah, and you see the editor noted today, July 6, 2022, that a section of the Georgia Guidestones was exploded. Well, watch, we're going to keep going. The multilingual guideline. A set of 10 guidelines are inscribed on the structure in 8 languages. And the shorter message is inscribed at the top of the structure in 4 ancient language scripts. Excuse me. It was 4. Babylonian, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. These guidelines are meant to be a guide stone to an age of reason, right? Number 2, they align with the stars and earth. PNF, what's going on, brother? That's for real. The monument stands at the highest point in Elberton, purchased for $5,000. The capstone on top is astronomically aligned with the North Star, and there is an additional stone to the west of the structure. It is inscribed notes and a history of the Guidestone. All right, a sundial and clock. The Guidestones also serve as an astronomical calendar, and every day at noon the sun shines through a 7 1/8-inch hole at the center stone and illuminates the day's date on an engraving. Yeah, that's fine. But world's finest granite. Robert C. Christian, the man who commissioned the Guidestones in June 1979, which is probably not his real name, came to Elbert County to secure the granite slabs because he believed the quarries here produced the finest stone on the planet. It would be the largest stone quarries in the country, in the county. 4 of them stand at 16 feet tall and weigh over 20 tons each. The capstone weighs 25,000 pounds. This is a good, better image probably of the Georgia Guidestones, just in case most have not seen it. This is why it's called the Stonehenge of the West or the Americas. All right, famous believers. Yoko Ono is a supporter of the inscriptions on the stone, saying the words are a stirring call to rational thinking. The call she refers to are instructions for basic concepts required to rebuild civilization following a nuclear doomsday. Of course, others believe it is an occult structure used for pagan rituals. Ted Turner could be involved. Many locals around the stones believe Ted Turner built the structure. The rumor here is that Ted Turner built them. Jives with a lot of his beliefs. His big money and his absolutely zany personality, said one man who preferred to remain anonymous. Peace to Jeremiah. PNF, well, I am. You know, got the gods in the building. Kings. Okay. And not so secure cameras. The land on which the Guidestone sit is owned by the county. In 2014, there was a bout of vandalism on the stones, which led to the placement of 2 wireless cameras. Reportedly, the cameras were never powered, though. A message from the movies. In 2015, a documentary was released that explains the connection to the Rosicrucians, the Freemasonry, and United Nations. Number 9, math facts. While most believe these are instructions for what to do after an apocalypse, some are fearful that the first rule is a call for genocide. Let's do some math. If humanity were to be reduced to only 500 million, it would be destroying over 80% of the world's population. This is what's written on the Georgia Guidestone, and a call to bring them to reduce the population down to 500 million. And this is before we heard Billy Gates say it. But number 10, could the time capsule be the answer? The nearby legend code references a time capsule buried beneath the tablet. The only problem? The fields on the stone reserved for the dates it was buried, but have never been inscribed. Was the time capsule never buried, or were the dates never updated? Let me check on my screen. All right. Hey, let me definitely holler at, shout the guys out right quick. Y'all let me know if my audio is straight, because I see my computer moving a little funny, which ain't making no sense. Yep, the cameras did not work. Yeah, man, it's going down early in Georgia. Yeah, audio good. I appreciate that, y'all. Let me finish what I was just gonna do then. All right. And I could just, okay. Yep, that's all they're talking about. The explosion. When you look up Georgia Guidestones, all they're saying right now is about that explosion that they just had. So, yeah, this is pretty much breaking news. Let me just touch on it right quick. And not all of the speculation about the meaning and origins of the Georgia Guidestones has been favorable. To many people, the vague wording of the monuments seems ominous, and the anonymity, anonymous or anonymity of its creator suspect, far from considering landmark to be a positive icon of social or spiritual enlightenment, or even being a benign tourist attraction. These are those who believe it to be a manifesto of a nefarious secret group of megalomaniacs bent on enslaving mankind. In November of 2008, the collection of stones standing on a bare hill just off of Highway 77, north of Elberton, Georgia, was vandalized. The slabs of pyramid blue granite stood nearly 22 feet tall and had remained in this quiet pasture for 28 years, largely without incident. The grass was kept neatly trimmed, and the evergreen bushes that formed the border of the 5-acre property were regularly pruned. It had been a peaceful, quiet piece of history, nestled in the countryside of rural North Georgia. But the place was broken. Racial epithets and cryptic slogans were sprayed painted in red across the carved faces of the megaliths. A bucket of polypoxide was poured across several of them. The inscriptions of the stones were nearly illegible in places. On December 15, 2008, a user calling himself some crazy name anyway, uploaded a video to the popular website, YouTube. In the video, a man describing himself as the anonymous patriot stood in front of the newly defaced monument in a black hooded sweatshirt with a bandana tied around his face. And behind him, propped against the stones, were signs and posters bearing slogans that echoed the sentiments of the vandalism. Stop the New World Order. We are not your slaves. The man in the video spoke in an altered voice. This is a message to the global elite, he began. What you see today, hold on, I gotta plug up immediately. Yeah, I'm back. All right. Okay. All right. On December 2008, okay. The man in the video spoke in altered voice. Okay, what you see today at your Stargate, the Georgia Guidestones, here in Elberton, Georgia, is but a minor fraction of what will happen if you keep meddling in our affairs. We know who you are and have only simple requests. Stop poisoning our food and water. Stop your New World Order nonsense. Should you dare to eliminate our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and round American citizens up with foreign troops in the FEMA death camps, patriots by the millions will ascend on you with the ferocity of patriots that have fought before us. He was not the first to have broadcast such a message. To one who was unfamiliar with the whole history of the landmark, the scene would certainly seem most bizarre. Even the most controversial of monuments in rural areas like Eberton rarely draw enough outrage to merit defacement or active protest. In the center of nearly every town in the American South, in the center of nearly every town in the American South, there's a memorial to the Confederate dead, or a likeness of Robert E. Lee. Many who have concerns about modern day racial inequalities have very strong feelings about these structures, but there have been no demonstrations or vandalism in their vicinity in recent years. The Georgia Guidestones, however, have always drawn a wide array of unusual attentions, despite their unassuming appearance. Right, the Guidestones, or the Guidestones only account for a portion of their renown. Only some of the controversy that surrounds Elbert County's biggest claim to fame can be linked to what is explicitly stated on the stones. Much of it is speculation and rumors of conspiracy that go far beyond Northeast Georgia. And the range of opinions and the true meaning of this rural monument is very wide indeed. The people who vandalized the stones in 2008 and the people who agree with them profess to believe that the Georgia Guidestones are an integral part of a global plot on the part of a powerful group of unnamed individuals to subjugate and oppress the world's population and create a new world order. These distractors of the Guidestones have been some of the most outspoken people to discuss the subject to date. Many of them are quite active in their efforts and spread their beliefs about the stones, and some have taken those efforts even further, making public appeals to have the monument removed. See, they don't want you to be aware, because this stuff is like prophecy. So it's a warning. They don't want you to be warned that they're trying to depopulate the people, that they're killing them by all these different means. They're going to put you in FEMA camp. All this stuff was already written on the Georgia Guidestones way before we saw it happen. All right. And on November 19, 2008, the Elberton Star reported that the Georgia Guidestones had been heavily vandalized. Every surface of the granite monument had been spray painted with political slogans and strong language. And the English and Swahili translations of the tenets of the Guidestones had been splashed with epoxy. The investigating authorities offered a $1,000 reward for information, leading to the apprehension of the responsible party, but no arrests were ever made. On December 15, 2008, a video was uploaded to the content sharing website, YouTube, depicting a masked man standing in front of a. Okay, did I read? If they do not, okay, Henry says. All right. The video begins with a brief montage of still images. The first image is a portion of the English guides. Slowly, the camera pans in until only the first tenet, maintain humanity under 500,000 or 500 million, is visible. An array of close-ups and of individual segments of the graffiti and political signs that are propped up against the Yeah, I apologize. You know they were gonna knock me off. Let me see if I got. Probably just finished the reading. Hold on, if y'all can hear me. Important call coming in. I apologize. I appreciate y'all. I'll get back later.